In recent times, the global stage has witnessed a remarkable shift in diplomatic ties between Iran and Niger. Historically not closely linked, these nations have come together unexpectedly due to changing political landscapes worldwide. The burgeoning collaboration between Iran and Niger has garnered widespread attention, as Iran aims to bolster its influence in Africa, while Niger seeks to diversify its supported alliances. This analysis will delve into the recent dynamics of their association, the underlying motives propelling their cooperation, and the potential implications for both countries and the broader global community. Furthermore, we will delve into the specifics surrounding the trainers and equipment that Niger has acquired from Russia. Let's navigate the intricacies of this intriguing partnership and uncover the driving factors behind the deepening alliance between Iran and Niger. Iran has reportedly engaged in clandestine negotiations with military authorities in Niger for the procurement of 300 tons of uranium concentrate. This clandestine deal raises serious concerns regarding international security. The covert arrangement has sparked intense scrutiny and apprehension among global observers, particularly from the United States and France. While Iran has long had an interest in Niger's uranium reserves, the recent discussions with Niger have brought this issue to the forefront of international security and diplomatic dialogues. The uranium in question originates from the Arlit mines situated in northern Niger, managed by the French company Orano, previously known as Areva. These mines, operational since 1970, currently house an estimated 700 tons of uranium concentrate, safeguarded by the Nigerian armed forces. The pact, initiated in late 2023, outlines that Iran will provide Niger with tactical drones and manned portable air defense systems in exchange for the 300 tons of yellowcake. However, significant practical challenges have impeded these negotiations, particularly regarding the logistics of transporting such a substantial amount of uranium. The Biden administration favors air transportation as the most viable option, though alternative strategies are also under consideration. Apprehensions regarding a potential uranium transaction with Iran have been raised in both Paris and Washington. Upon learning about the discussions in early 2024, the U.S. took proactive measures by dispatching Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs, Malifi, to Niamey in March 2024 to dissuade the military leadership from proceeding with the agreement. Despite Tehran's expressed interest in Niger's uranium reserves, the military officials have confirmed that no formal agreement has been finalized. It is important to note that the Nigerian government has been sternly cautioned by the U.S. government that engaging in business with Iran would expose them to severe repercussions and penalties. A Canadian consortium has emerged as a potential purchaser for the uranium, while American authorities are actively seeking additional buyers. France echoes U.S. concerns regarding the potential misuse of uranium to bolster Iran's nuclear ambitions, given its vested interest in the region through Orano. Both nations exercise caution concerning Iran's intentions, considering its contentious nuclear initiatives and the broader implications for regional and global security. It is worth noting that the situation is further muddled by Russia's alleged role in facilitating negotiations between Iran and Niger. Russia's involvement appears to be a strategic move to strengthen ties with Iran, possibly as a form of appreciation for Iran's military support in Ukraine. These geopolitical maneuvers underscore the complex interplay between international relations and the strategic importance of uranium as a geopolitical resource. Conversely, Niger seems to be leveraging its uranium resources to negotiate better terms with Western nations that benefit from its assets. For instance, the Nigerian government has issued warnings of potential mining permit cancellations for Orano and GoVX, unless production rates at their facilities are increased. The clandestine uranium negotiations between Iran and Niger underscore the perilous blend of nuclear proliferation, geopolitical strategy, and resource exploitation. Given Iran's contentious nuclear ambitions, the prospect of Iran securing a substantial quantity of uranium concentrate poses a grave threat to global security. This potential deal not only flouts existing sanctions and agreements aimed at curbing Iran's nuclear weapon aspirations, but also triggers alarm in Washington and Paris. An increase in Iran's uranium stockpile, could hasten its nuclear advancements, heightening international tensions. The reported uranium quantity is roughly on par with Iran's domestic output in 2019, introducing further complexities. This development could strain relations and potentially lead to sanctions between Niger and Western nations, which have vehemently opposed the sale of uranium to Iran, thereby bolstering Iran's nuclear pursuits. Such a scenario could result in economic penalties and diplomatic isolation for Niger, exacerbating regional insecurity. It is noteworthy that Mohamed Bazoum, Niger's president, was ousted in July 2023 by the National Council for the Safeguarding of the Homeland in a military coup. This was the sixth military coup in the Sahel region of Africa since 2020. The series of coups began in Mali in 2020, followed by Guinea, Chad, and Sudan in 2021, and Burkina Faso in 2022. Guinea, Burkina Faso, and Mali have all shown strong support for Niger's CNSP, opposing external efforts to reinstate Bazoum. With the help of Russia, the military regime in Niger has driven out forces from France, other European countries, and currently the United States. In March of this year, following a meeting with U.S. officials, the military government in Niger sought the evacuation of U.S. personnel. Senior U.S. officials voiced worries about the entry of Russian troops during the conference and charged that the military government of Niger was preparing a deal with Iran over uranium. In response to these charges, spokesman Colonel Amadou Abdourahamane attacked the U.S. delegation, saying they were attempting to undermine Niger's sovereignty and threatening to take action against them. He emphasized Niger's right to choose its partners to effectively combat terrorism. As part of a 2012 counter-terrorism pact, the U.S. had previously maintained a sizable military presence in Niger, including 2 bases. One of these, Airbase 201, cost more than $100 million and has been used to target Jemaah Nusrat al-Islam wal Muslimin and terrorists affiliated with the Islamic State since 2018. Take note that the head of Iran's atomic energy organization, Mohammad Eslami, spoke to journalists in response to the story in Lament regarding the report that the Islamic Republic of Iran had purchased yellow cake from Niger. He said, "You must consider the source of the news. For the first time ever, we announced the news of the Islamic Republic's modest nuclear program to the ears of people in all corners of the world in a completely professional manner." As all this is going on, Russia sent new military advisors and equipment to Niger, a country which wants the U.S. troops to leave. Russia has now sent 3 cargo planes of military material and instructors in the past month. The instructors' arrival was verified by the Africa Corps, which is thought to be the African equivalent of the Wagner paramilitary force. The confirmation was posted on the group's Telegram account. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin revealed that Russian forces have now been stationed at an air facility in Niger near the airport in Niamey, which also houses U.S. forces. Niger's military regime, which took power in a July 2023 coup, expelled French troops based in the country and then denounced a military cooperation agreement with the U.S. In April, approximately 100 Russian advisors arrived in Niger, marking a significant development. The presence of Russian military personnel not only brings American and Russian forces into closer proximity, but also occurs amidst escalating military and political rivalries, notably in relation to the situation in Ukraine. This development raises questions about the fate of American installations in Niger should a withdrawal occur. It is crucial to remember that the U.S. and its allies have been compelled to withdraw troops from several African nations following coups that attracted rebels seeking to topple Western-backed governments. In tandem with the anticipated withdrawal of American forces from Niger, the French military faced expulsion from Mali and Burkina Faso. Concurrently, U.S. troops recently departed from Chad. Simultaneously, Russia is actively seeking to strengthen its relations with African nations by positioning itself as a more amicable partner without a history of colonialism in the region. The arrival of Russian weapons and trainers in Niger poses a significant challenge to the established U.S. presence and influence in the region, heralding a strategic win for Russia. American authorities express concerns that Russian combatants, including groups like the Wagner Force, could engage in political maneuvers to undermine U.S. efforts in Niger and advocate for the removal of U.S. troops. The future repercussions of Niger's deepening ties with Russia remain uncertain, prompting reflections on whether the country may regret its burgeoning alliance in the long run. Shifting focus back to the burgeoning relationship between Iran and Niger, this evolving friendship holds substantial promise for both nations. Delving into the underlying motives and potential benefits of this partnership is crucial, notwithstanding the skepticism it may elicit and the attention it attracts from the global community. By aligning with Iran, Niger has the opportunity to reduce its reliance on traditional allies and expand its network of diplomatic relationships. Leveraging Iran's expertise, Niger stands to gain valuable knowledge across various sectors, including infrastructure development, healthcare, and agriculture. Furthermore, more investment and commerce between the two nations can strengthen Niger's economy and open up new job opportunities. On the other hand, Iran sees Niger as a gateway to expanding its influence in West Africa. Niger's strategic location and its rich reserves of natural resources make it an attractive partner for Iran's economic and geopolitical interests. By forging closer ties with Niger, Iran can establish a foothold in the region, thereby strengthening its position on the global stage.